you're going to stagnate and you're going to feel like, oh, this is the same old, I've got the same clients, like nothing's really happening, like, you know, let me look on LinkedIn for another job, or let me look for where like the grass is greener, or this recruiter's heckling me, like, do you know what I mean? Like, because you're going to be looking, you're going to always be chasing that thing. What you'll find is that you'll get to a stage in your life where you've constantly been like changing and trying to chase this thing, but it's actually within you. Every role or anything that you do will always get old to some extent, where it's like you have to seek out ways to constantly like reinvigorate that, remake it new. But when that motivation wanes, all I just tell you is do not wait till the end of the month. Just pick it up earlier, because like the comms that you made this month are substantially lower than what you usually made, but you still work the same amount of hours. Do you know what I mean? You still spent the same amount of time away from your loved ones, at work, grinding it out. So that's just like why you want to think, okay, cool, like I understand that I'm in a bit of a rut and I'm not so motivated anymore, and the only way that you can do that is by looking at where you want to go. It's not just going to naturally and magically come back to you where your soul's going to be set on fire from doing nothing. You need to actually go out there and go, I'm realizing that I'm in this place right now, I need to change something. Otherwise, what am I doing? I'm just like rocking up to work like a zombie, and I'm still gonna be putting in the same amount of time, but I'm gonna get a much worse outcome at the end of it. The biggest piece of advice that I can give you is that most of the time, that stuff doesn't come from external things. We're all gonna have a quiet month. You never want to let like those quiet weeks turn into a quiet month, to turn into a quiet quarter where you write off the whole year and thinking like, I was just in a funk this year, I've fucking lost a whole year. Do you know what I mean? And the only way that you do that is by keeping yourself accountable, looking at those spreadsheets, looking at your calls, looking at the output of where you want to go, because you can course correct. You can have a slow day and course correct it the next day. You can have a slow week and course correct it the next week. So it's not like if you know that, okay, I'm just going to allow myself to kind of go into a little bit of a lull for 2 days, and that's just naturally where you're going to gravitate towards. Just know that the next week you need to come and throw down extra hard to make up. So it doesn't mean because you had a bad week or a bad few days that that's the whole month, but it's just about keeping yourself accountable and just knowing like there's no one else to fool but yourself. I have written down what I'm going to be doing for every single week for the next of the year, right? And I have that written down, and either something slips up on that shit, I am course correcting. We're looking at everyone's call time and stuff like that as a measure for you guys to know how successful you are, but ultimately it's up to you. Like the reason that you're successful here is because you do have that hunger, and you've consistently been able to put up numbers every month. Do you know what I mean? And it's just about even looking at your past successes and going like, fuck, like I've been at King Kong, you know, for 3 years almost, and I've been throwing down consistently. And I know that I can do this. I've had months where my head hasn't been in the game and I've still not thrown up 150, and just taking a bit of that time to be like, okay, cool, let me shake it up, let's go get it.